Dr. Nurliyana dah masuk ke?
Yes, Prof. I'm here.
You're here? You're here?
Yes.
Okay. We will start in 3 minutes time.
Okay.
You're here? You're here? We will start in 3 minutes time.
Okay.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sejahtera. Apa khabar? Selamat datang ke webinar pada petang ini dibawakan oleh Pusat Pembangunan Kecemerlangan Akademik or Center for Development of Academic Excellence, Universiti Sains Malaysia. My name is Karim Alias, the Director of Center for Development of Academic Excellence. So this afternoon, we bring this webinar to you. The title is How to Create Your First Online Interactive Story and Scenario-Based Learning. This is going to be very, very exciting, very, very interesting. I personally has been exploring about interactive story and also scenario-based learning at the same time. So this afternoon, we are very lucky to have. I'm very lucky to have a partner to conduct this webinar this afternoon. Dr. Nurliyana Bukhari from Universiti Utara Malaysia or UUM. Yeah. Suara lama,
No, for me, it's good. It's good. On my end, it's good, Prof.
Yang lain-lain macam mana? Saya punya audio okay ke? My audio, is it echoey?
Okay, sounds good.
Alright. Saya nampak tadi ada Odi kata bergema.
Prof, ada orang tak mute, Prof.
Oh ya, yeah. Okay. Mohon please mute your microphone just to make sure there is no disruption or disturbance. Yeah. So I would like to thank all of you for joining the webinar this afternoon because we're going to have a very exciting, very interesting topic on interactive story. So first of all, I would like to ask your cooperation to to do the survey, only 3-question survey. So before I start and before I introduce my partner this afternoon, Dr. Nurliyana, and before we start talking about interactive story and scenario-based learning, let me just jump to the survey and have a quick look. Okay, so far only 16 have responded. You can find the link in the chat box, and also on YouTube you can find the link also in the chat. Just very quick 3 questions because we like to get some idea. How many of you? Oh, by the way, how many we have in this so far? I checked the participants. Oh, wow. I didn't check. We have about 140 something. This is unexpected. It seems like there's a lot of interest. And on YouTube, we have 40 something. Wow, this is really, really beyond my expectation. Yeah, I don't expect that many. Well, that's good. So since we have quite a number of participants here, we would like really to get some ideas. How many of you are really interested learn or interested about interactive story, and how many of you have been reading, or you have one of your hobbies are reading interactive story or doing interactive story? And also, how many of you are interested to learn how to write good interactive story? Because this is what is about for this webinar this afternoon. Yeah. So just like about 1 minute, I just want to wait until I get as many responses as possible. The link can be found in the chat box in both WebEx as well as on YouTube. Yeah. Please mute the microphone so that we don't get any disruption or disturbance. Yeah. Thank you very much. All right. The reason why we asked, because Dr. Nurliyana and myself are so excited. Actually, we just happened to discuss about this on Wednesday. On Wednesday, Dr. Nurliyana, Wednesday night on Discord.
Right.
So we started to have discussion on this, but I myself has been exploring this for quite some time, and it turned out that Dr. Nurliyana connected with me on Discord, and we have a conversation, and it turned out that she is actually a fan of interactive story, and she's been reading interactive story for her children as well. So we kind of strike a chord, so to speak, and from there we decided, we discussed on possible initiative, possible projects, a lot of ideas, sparked a lot of ideas. Then we decided to have this webinar this afternoon. So everything is actually very short time. Then I invited Dr. Nurliyana to share something about interactive story, and I'll be sharing on my part also. So the initial plan was, the first part for this webinar, we want to focus on interactive story, but I decided to also cover or to include a topic on scenario-based learning, because they are closely related, and we can use the same tool. Yeah, we can use the same application or the same tool to develop, to write and to develop the interactive story, and also to develop the SBL, scenario-based learning. Scenario-based learning. All right, so we get about 80 something. We can't wait any longer. So let's see. Are you an avid reader of interactive story, such as choose your own adventure type of story? So yes, wow, we have a lot of fans here, Dr. Liana. Yes, I love. Yeah, I love interactive story. Yeah, yes, I like it, but not really a big fan. So let's turn them into big fan, Dr. Liana.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And we have a small number of no, I don't like interactive story. Okay, actually, when I first checked the survey, I have only one person responded, and the person answered no, I don't like interactive story. But at the same time, the person who want to learn how to write interactive story, so it's kind of quite contradicting. But anyway, so quite a lot here love interactive story, and some are big fan, not really a big fan, but they know what is interactive story. They've been reading maybe some interactive story. Can you write an interactive story? 22.7%. Wow, this is good. Because you know what? This webinar, one of the objectives, we want to start to form a pool of people who can write interactive story. We have a big project here. So if you are interested, line or communicate with us. And do you want to learn how to write an interactive story? Okay. 95%, 96% they want to learn, but some say no. Maybe they just want to observe first and to learn first what is interactive story, and later on maybe they want to learn how to write interactive story. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I'm very, very happy. This is really unexpected. We have now close to 200 people here on this, and about 60 something, 180 something, so close to 200. Okay, let's get the ball rolling, Nurliyana. Okay, before we start, so once again, those who just joined, welcome to this webinar on how to create your first online interactive story and also scenario based learning. And with me, I'm honored to have Dr. Nurliyana Bukhari from Universiti Utara, Malaysia. I will let her to introduce herself. And for the first part of this webinar, I'll get Nurliyana to share about the what is interactive story and why do you want to read interactive story, and why would you want to be a writer of interactive story, okay, and how do it. Okay, we want to share with you one tool. There are many tools, of course, but we want to share with you one tool that after the webinar you can start straight away, or while you are watching the webinar you can start create your own story using the tool. Okay, without much ado, thank you once again, Dr. Nurliyana, for accepting my invitation. And maybe you can take over now and you can share your screen. Your microphone, is it okay? Or mute, or Dr. Nurliyana? I cannot hear you.
Okay, yeah, I just
Oh, okay,
muted
okay.
Ben.
Okay.
I'm
So
muted Ben.
let me stop sharing my screen, then you can share your screen.
Okay, now I'm hearing echo. I think is it because of the YouTube live at the same time playing at the back?
Yeah, maybe someone is watching. Is it my YouTube? No, mine is mute.
Siti Nur Afiqah, Prof.
Okay. So please mute your microphone, everyone. Yeah. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Now. Okay. Good. Silakan, Dr. Yana.
Yeah, I'm trying to share
Afiqah, Prof.
my screen right now.
Microphone.
Bismillah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna testing.
Yeah.
Coba
Can
suara.
can see the slide. The audio is good. The slide is good. Okay. Can start.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prof. Karim, especially, and thank you very much for joining us today. It's a big thing for me because seriously, I'm a senior lecturer. Just very, 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 very new at UM as well. But because of social media, who knows? It's actually connecting me with a lot of materials and stuff, and this is very, 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 very big. I'm just excited actually. So when I talked to Prof. Karim on Discord actually, I was just reading whatever he's posting. and then suddenly I just shared one of the stories that he shared, and this is like very, like very interactive, and I've been reading it since I think back in 2015. Started at that time with a lot of apps and stuff, with the choices, with all the episodes, with all the reading online and stuff. So when Prof sharing a lot of stuff on Discord, those are very, new materials to me. So, and I got excited, I got hooked up, and being me and being excited, just directly approach him and say that, hey, this is good, Prof. And from there we talk, and the discussion continues. So here what I'm trying to say is, and then Prof suggested he's doing this webinar, and why don't you, he was sharing with me a lot of tools. So here I am with the title, Writing Interactive Stories from the Noobs. And I'm one of the noobs, but definitely not Prof. Karim. Here, Prof. Karim is the guide, the instructor, the mentor. Definitely he's not a noob. Okay, but the noobs, I'll explain why. But I am one of the big noobs of writing. Reading, I think I'm Sifu also. I'm advanced in reading interactive stories. I love it, like Prof and the survey. So I'm that part from the team who love interactive stories. Okay, so and a little bit about me, because who doesn't want to to get this opportunity introducing oneself when being in collaboration with Prof. Karim, big name in the industry. In our education system in the country basically. So I'm actually I'm a senior lecturer from School of Education and Modern Languages at Universiti Utara, Malaysia. I did basically my bachelor degree was in education, education of IT, and my minor is in TESOL. Then later, I'm doing interest more on measurement and assessment, and also evaluation. Okay, but basically, I'm a language, not language testing. I'm a testing aficionados. I've been introducing myself with my trainings and stuff. Testing aficionados from objective standards like standardized testing, and all the way to the performance-based tests, or synonymously here, we use alternative assessments. So I'm in that field of interest. I'm also doing a little bit on research method. Yes, we'll be sharing the slides. Okay, so but a noob definitely writing an interactive part. Writing is a must. We are academicians, but writing fictions and the interactive part, that's the noob part for me. Okay, so but then I think I'll jump straight to the steps. When Prof mentioned that Wednesday night, saying that, hey, these are the tools, some of the tools. Why don't you try it on? I just straight on Google how to write interactive stories on online, and then several strategies pop up, and this and then I went straight to write using that tool. So what I can tell is actually the idea is it's easy. It's how you make movies and stuff. I don't know. I did a lot of short movies during my undergraduate studies because of IT in education. So when you want to make movies or stories of any kind, we start with a plot. We have to actually plan and stuff. So what I did actually for that, the one I'm going to show is actually I just use everything's inside in the brain. So just go on the fly, like Prof promoting on the Facebook and stuff. It's just straight away. But the idea, I think, if I can summarize with the experience and all the readings that I did in this less than 2 days. So first, we get the idea, the bigger picture. What's the purpose? Basically, what's the storyline, the plot? So we have to have settings, whether it's about you want to have it, to make decision at the end, to go follow the different decisions and at the end ended up with different endings, or you are writing that interactive plots to select topics based on interest, and also prioritizing certain stuff. Okay, I want to read this then first, then I'll go with that convention, and later I'll come back to this the beginning and follow different path when reading. And when you want to write, also you have to think about the goals. What kind of ending do you want? Yeah, definitely we are not the experts. That's I'm summarizing based on the idea that I had and the experience I went through, with also the narrative. What's the story? So you basically rehearse in mind, rehearse on paper, rehearse on tools, on mind map tools, whatsoever, just to have that kind of a planning. Okay, and the goal, do you want how many decisions do the cast or character will take, and what's the ending? And of course, we talk about the characters, and some websites said that, or blogs say that, okay, don't have too many, because if you have too many, it's going to be complicated. But if you are a logic thinker and a critical writer, I think you can have as many characters as needed. Okay, and some people think about villain, along the way you have villains and stuff if you want. But the one that I wrote, for now, there's no villain yet. Okay, and the props, that one is just from based on this first experience. It's just what do you call? It's alternative. It's optional. It's optional means you can have it, or you don't. You can, if you don't have to have it as in terms of what props. But if you have, if you select swords, select ropes, select a bunch of slingshots, so along the way, so it's based on the characters decisions, like I said, or treasures, at the end, what if selecting this path, what they're gonna get at the end. Okay, and most important thing, you have to have the tools if you want to make it digital. Okay, I was suggesting Prof, we use PowerPoint. Okay, Prof said, oh no, that's too messy. And that's when Prof start showering with a lot of information on tools and stuff, and it's like, okay, definitely I'm a noob. Okay, so here, okay, next slide. Okay, the tools. The tools here, this is just Prof Karim has a bunch of information on tools. What's famous, what's being used, what's free, and these are the things that I had a chance to look at and to use. I think I use Writer, the one that Prof introduced. Twine definitely it's not as fun as Writer, but definitely is for older readers, especially if you are attracting older readers who's really into writing novels and stuff. Yeah, Twine is really good. And then look familiar, this one? This one is actually Google Form, our Google Form. And just now Prof shared, we have somebody who did interactive stories using Google Form. We thought Google Form is for survey only. Change again, think again. I mean, there's always an endless opportunity if you know how to tweak and apply. Okay, Lucid Chart and Puppet. These two tools actually I did for planning Lucid Chart for the second story. But for the first story, it's just it's on the go. I did not put anything on paper, just keep writing. But for the Lucid Chart, if you want to have more and more storylines and decisions, it's good to have some flow chart and workflow to make it clear. Prof Karim said he is using Puppet. That's a mind map tools, and it's free too, if I'm not mistaken. Lucid Chart, for now I'm using free, but if you want to go delve with more more sophisticated one, Lucid Chart is good. Okay, but I'm just using just to visualize. I'll show you, how things turns out. Okay, this is my first interactive story, and Prof was talking about cerita kanak-kanak, kid stories or fables, right? And when I think about cerita kanak-kanak or kid stories, I cannot, you know, I really just straight come to mind the ants and the grasshopper. But then I say, okay, the ant and the grasshopper, we know grasshoppers lazy, ants asking the grasshoppers, repent and join and seek help from ants and stuff. So why not we change a little bit the storylines, and based on different decision or different choice or option that we choose, then the ending is there. The ending will be different. Yeah, Prof. Karim said it's very huge opportunity. And like I said earlier, the steps, baby steps, the bigger picture. Okay, kid stories, make it simple, something familiar, but with different twists. So here it is, Cerita Semut dan Belalang 2.0, the story of the ant and grasshopper 2.0, because we love to to have this kind of series, right, or a franchise. Okay, so the cast, the character, simple. For me, I semut, the ant and the grasshopper. And Prof said, okay, this time we're targeting, let's do it in Malay, okay, because there's not many. Malay, yeah, even in fact, there's not much. There's not, I don't know, I couldn't even, I didn't encounter, maybe, I'm wrong, but for now, no, not yet in Malay. Okay, so this is Inca Writer, and yeah, by the way, with the logo and stuff, I have the link, but I'll share also the link with you guys. So Inca Writer, and then okay, I had the opportunity just now, real quick, based on the story that's ready. I finished the story, and then I start to do the workflow, going backward, thinking, having the end in mind. So I was doing this. Okay, this is actually the decision that I made. So first I start a story, and then there's two decisions. And if readers select decision 2, they get a story and the story ends. Okay, that's very simple, straightforward. And the second route that they can go is actually decision 1. Okay, there's a story, and then at the end of it, there's a decision that this reader has to make. So it's either decision 3 or decision 4. So if they click decision 3, there's a story and what happened at the end, and the story ends. And decision 4, straight away, once they click decision 4, decision 5 and 6 popped up, and then immediately the story follows, and yeah, with different decision, with different ending. Okay, so I have 4 different endings. But this one, I'm kind of proud. It was like within less than 1 hour. We were talking, and then I was just, okay, I'm on it. Type, and then just it's there. First, a lot of typos, and so of course, keep refining and stuff. And yeah, earlier it was there's no image. I just add the image too, so you can keep adding, and everything is updated immediately. Okay, and this is the lucid chart. Okay, Prof said interactive story is one in which reader is actually clicking the decision. Okay, different decision they make will bring to different ending at the end. So you can see here. Okay, so that's the ant and grasshopper story, and this is the in the making, in progress, Jebat's journey. After that finish, I got excited again, trying to create Jebat's story, and this is not visible, and it's not meant to be visible, at least not on PowerPoint. But you can see here now the route and stuff is getting more, and as you have different stuff, different decisions. I'm gonna show you a little bit. I have it actually on Lucid chart, the clearer one, I hope. Just a second. Okay, it's open anyway. That's actually my account. It's free. Yeah, this is the Lucid chart, the one that I do for Jebat journey, and I start, and the story start from here, and the story about Jebat and his brother Pekan. Yeah, from now on, I have actually I started with 3. Then I said, oh no, it's going to be so complicated. So I reduced one decision or one condition. So it's either kambing or a telur. So there it goes, all the way. So right now I just finished one ending all the way, and with the pengajaran of the story, the lessons of the story. So that's on my lucid chart, still in the making. This is planning, not yet going back, not yet in the Inca writer, or not transferred yet. So the planning part is tedious as well. But you know, if you plan well, it'll be fruitful. Okay, some more stories that I would like to share. And this one is a colleague of mine at UUM, Dr. Siti Nazwar. She's also my lecturer actually when I did my education in IT. And she has this blog. I shared with her, very excited that night. And what do you call? I call her and said that, Dr. Nas, Prof. Karim is inviting us to do some interactive stories. And yeah, she also joined and did. And she even, what do you call it? Wrote a reflection on her blog. Okay, so that's yeah, that's super awesome. And then okay, so yeah, click on this and definitely you have. And she has also written one for her Malay students, Malay class for peribahasas, idioms, I think. So yeah, she also managed to come up with one story in Inca writer just within short period. And this is her daughter, 11-year-old. Okay, so both are new actually, but she's very young new. Okay, and I'm young too, but she's very young. Okay, so I know, Prof. This is really awesome. Tapster Prof found it. This is from Indonesian base, but they actually try to collect interactive stories from authors to have some kind of database or collection. But they have good stories too. And interestingly, is the way they wrote is to preach. It's dakwah style. And you know, you can choose the topic that you want to venture in. Yeah, this is the account, and this is the specific for the Inca writer. Okay, I don't want to dive deeper showing examples. I just want to go through. Then later, if you have time, we can look at the examples. Okay. Okay. So this is more. Okay, these are different. This is from different, totally different. This is example, the ready one, the example of interactive story itself. Okay, but this is they use for the Common Core curriculum in the US, I think, education.com. And they have a list of reading materials based on grades, based on from kindergarten to all the way to grade 12, K-12 syllabus. And this is grade 5, where they use this to let students interact, and then later, you know, change based on the stories. The stories keep moving and stuff, you know. But this is not about decision making. This is just to test students. Here is adverb, I think. This one this one is super awesome for me because they're using whatever available. Google Form. Okay, and this one is from Prof. Sharon shared with me, and yeah, I'm sharing it for the sake of you know, because it's so fun and it's cool. And they use the one that basically like this. Okay, you get the scenario, and okay, this is the scenario. What do you do? So based on each of this, it will prompt you to the next section based on your selection. And I think they are doing it based on the change section, and they link it. Maybe there's some plugins required. I'm not sure. I'm yet to delve deeper if I'm with Google Form, because Google Form is awesome too. It's cool. It's free. It's people are familiar with it. Why not? And I think this is the the selling point. Discord, that platform, that very platform opens up to this kind of opportunity. And right now we have Cikgu Satira too. I know Cikgu Satira, are you here with the Webex on YouTube link? Just say hi. Okay, and the discussion was basically like based on the three of us. And I think Dr. Arif Aizat once in a while join, and Dr. Siti Nazwa one time join. But it's based on this. Prof has been sharing a lot, and I'm every time he share, I was like adrenaline rush, because whoa, it's like this is so cool. I'm you know I'm, again maybe I'm excited. Yeah, but excitement with hopefully with initiatives. That's what I think it's gonna. But check it out. Must click. Must join. Okay. And I think I'm about to end. Keep calm and ride on and collaborate if you don't have idea, because sometimes it's just hard to come up with one interactive stories with different endings. And this one I just want to show because interactive thing is it's in right now. Even Netflix is doing it. Yeah, here is what I saw on Netflix, because I was searching for good movie for my kids to watch when I'm busy doing this PowerPoint. So I saw this and I was like, whoa, Netflix is also doing interactive thing. So yeah, they are actually be the boss. But how to be the boss? That's the route that you have to choose. Okay. You cry me out. You cannot keep calm. Okay, breathe. You cannot. Yeah, actually, I'm excited too. This is just for me to love me, but I'm always like this, not calm, excited. Okay, and that's me. Where I can reach this my email, and I have also Weebly. Some just again noob attempt to do portfolio of my teaching. I have YouTube, but mostly of my student stuff. Yeah, and I'll share these selected links, cool links. This is of course I think Prof will share more. Okay, that's it from me.
We will share the. I'll give
Yeah.
the link to download the slide shortly.
Okay.
Do you want to demonstrate the live
Oh
one?
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes. Thank you for for reminding me. See, super.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the platform. Can you
Before
see
that,
that? Okay, before that.
I think we'll pick up questions later. Cuma apa ni ada komen from Dr. Nubaya. Interactive story ni non-linear story. Yes, it's a non-linear. Okay, and there'll be multiple ends to the story, but the end will depend on you as the reader, because you as reader will participate and play a role, determine which path you want to take in the story. So depending on which path you take, based on your decision, you will come to a different end of the story. So as you can see in the slide ni, yeah, you can see here. So let's say there are two paths here, so two branches, so to speak. Actually, skill-based learning pun actually based on this concept juga. So if you take decision one, you will end decision one, then you go to the story, then there'll be another branch there. So it could, there will be three ends, so three multiple ends here. So it is non-linear, and it can be even more complex. The story can be even more complex, can be even more exciting. Okay. Tak apa. Apa ni? Dr. Diana, mungkin you tunjuk dulu some of the example.
Sure.
Get them excited. Get them excited.
Oh, okay. That's the plan, right? Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, organic story structure. Yeah, if you can think one, sometimes it's a blend of something. Yeah, if you can get that, that's gonna be awesome. Okay, so this is a Inca Writer interface. They require you either you can log in using your Google normal sign up process. You can even use your Facebook, and once you're in, you can write, and they have all this tutorial and stuff. And basically, we'll look at this two more: write and read. We can see if I'm looking at as a reader, it's gonna look like this. And every time you want to go back with the arrow to the original storyline, and this is the story, and okay, that's the story, semut belalang and everything. So here, okay, they can select either this one or this one. So like I said, if I select decision 2, Means semut, okay, belalang was playing his harmonica, and then semut keep walking without looking at belalang. And okay, belalang so sad and everything. So actually, no, belalang not sad. This one is actually semut keep walking and belalang is is actually doing it and ending there. Means things are getting better. Means they become friends. That's it. And then go back, and if they are doing somebody's clicking on this, semut menyapa belalang, apa khabar? Okay. And then belalang said, okay, khabar baik semut, kamu sangat kuat bekerja. And then next belalang will say, is if either this or this, bolehkah aku mengikut kamu mencari makanan? Can I join you, or could you please give me some food? Okay, so it's like, okay, this more like, okay, meminta-minta, and this one is like, okay, I'm gonna join. Let's do that. So if he's joining, I said, okay, never mind. They join, they become good friends. So now Semut also learn how to play music. No more boring Semut. So but again, back to that third decision. If he said that, okay, can you give me some food? Actually, there's more decision. First, either Semut can get mad, or Semut feel very generous and say, okay, here you go. This is how today is Friday. I'm gonna give you some food, okay. And this is I have some what do you call it, jambu air, and this one, okay. If reader select this one, is ending because Belalang will say, oh, okay, this guy is so good. Okay, I'm not gonna take. I'm just testing him actually. So now, this is actually what you call the end, because Belalang is at the end he's joining anyway, but before join he's actually asking a couple of things, trying to make it difficult. Or Semut getting mad. If someone get mad, what happened? So Semut get mad, Belalang got sad, frustrated, and Belalang pindah left the place, and Semut got lonely. So Semut pun regret. Semut the end regret. so 4 different endings. Three become friends, one regret, but the way they become friends, different, different possibilities and stuff. Okay, yeah. So I think that's
you were so excited.
yeah, I was super excited because I was thinking.
You were so excited. You put together this story within like half an hour.
I think because I said, okay, Prof been sharing Inca writer. Then after that, Prof said, okay, we're doing this. We're doing for kanak-kanak, okay? I said, okay, kanak-kanak. Okay, so right away, I was just like, okay, Prof, I got it. And then I left. And then suddenly went straight to my laptop and keep on writing. This turned out. And I said, okay, this time I'm not going to make something negative about grasshopper. Okay, let grasshopper be the positive one. So yeah, and the pengajaran. I think this is where we can inculcate values and stuff. And the tutorial is
in terms of learning, Dr. Liana, we can create the story to be very interactive. That is one thing, but at the same time, there's a moral to the story, right? There's a moral to the story. Then, interactive story, to me, the strength is the reader. Let's say in this case, the boy or the girl, when they are reading it, they actually have to learn to make a decision. They have to develop their kind of thinking or critical thinking, and develop their creativity. All these elements actually can be developed when they are reading the interactive story, provided the interactive story is really designed very well lah kan.
Agree. Yes, Prof. A lot of values that we can, because we can decide what kind of stories that they can read. Because there are, to be honest, a lot of interactive stories out there, a lot of junk, and
Yeah, but, and the good news is there's not many of this kind of interactive story yet in Bahasa Malaysia, especially.
That's true.
So this is opportunity for everyone here, and I'm looking for people to join this bandwagon. Join us. There's a lot of we can do. Okay, carry on, Dr. Liana. Maybe you want to share a few
Okay.
more, maybe examples to show. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the one that. Okay, this one. I think I just saw this. Dr. Siti Nazwa shared with me this one. Her kids, the 11-year-old. Yeah, maybe I haven't checked yet. She just sent me just now. Malu
Okay.
bertanya sesat jalan by Christina,
Oh, yeah.
11 years old.
Let's have a quick look.
Okay, Comel dan Monte sedang berjalan-jalan. Comel berasa lapar. Monte jom makan, or tiba-tiba seorang pakcik lalu. Oh, which one?
Ah.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
pakcik lalu.
wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Right. See,
Okay.
pakcik lalu. Okay, this one like the first option, just a quick ending, which is okay, but with the pakcik. And if they went to eat, what happened? Okay, then after that they went to eat. Okay, where we're gonna go to Lorong Kiri. Oh, okay. Then this one, she's actually connecting with the existing paragraph. You know, so she's actually having, even though 3 decisions. So I think that she's gonna have 2 endings. She's having 2 ending. This one, that the same ending. And if somebody's click that jom kita makan, and then mari kita ikut lorong kiri. Okay, then it's gonna end. So she's doing simpler, but the what we call 3 decisions but 2 endings. So still okay, because Inca Writer allows us to actually connect to the existing paragraph that we have. So it's all about connecting, about dragging and drop, not dragging and dropping, but deciding which one is actually that we're gonna use. Linking and unlinking. That's the word, I think.
You know what? This is how we want to nurture creativity in school.
Right.
This is how we want to nurture
Yeah.
creativity. Let the student unleash their creativity by writing this interactive story, unleash their imagination, because here they have to think of different options, different possibilities, different scenarios, and it can be more, even more and more complicated, more complex. Wow, this is the way how we do it in school.
I know. So Dr. Sinanso, I'm very happy that she's sharing this. This is the very last minute, around 3 just now. I just add the slides and the face, and yeah, I just read through together basically with you guys. Her story.
Excellent.
And logic thinking, and also if with the planning and stuff, is actually going to help them with programming, because that's the skill that we want now. Right, the logical thinking, how things connect and how things should be with programming. The graphics in my interactive story, do I create? I mean, I'm using the image. Actually, I choose image. Actually, I couldn't do that either. Prof bring to my attention that attention that I have to do JPEG. So basically, let me go to the writer mode again.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I mean, the participants here. We are not in this webinar. We're not going to show you step by step how to use the tool, the application. Actually, you can find the tutorial on YouTube. But I'm surprised. Actually, the tutorial for Ink Writer, not that many and not that recent. So maybe I and Dr. Liana can start to create a tutorial. But by the way, today is not about showing you step by step, but today is about giving you. We want to promote this idea, and then we want to get people who are interested about interactive story and to come together, and then from there we can start having good discussion and see what we can do in the future. Because this is one area, interactive story, especially in Bahasa Malaysia, almost, I would say, zero or very little. So this is where everyone can really contribute here. The tools and the technology, don't worry, that's my part. I can help. I'm thinking aloud here. We just need stories. We just need people with creativity to write interactive stories. Okay.
There you go, folks. We have the Sifu in the house. Just take this opportunity, grab this opportunity. I'm grabbing it. That's why I'm here, I think. Okay, yeah, I'm excited because Prof is excited, exciting to work with, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I think, Prof, I'm gonna stop sharing now and maybe continue with the next agenda.
Okay, let me. We maybe in the meantime you check the questions on the chat.
Sure.
And also
Okay.
on YouTube later on, maybe we can pick up some of those questions. But so
Okay.
thank you very much, Nurliyana. Maybe let me continue from there. A little bit more on this apa ni, interactive story before I talk about briefly about scenario-based learning, which very closely related. The concept and philosophy of scenario-based learning is very closely related to interactive story. For interactive story, if you understand the underlying principles, the theory, then the philosophy behind it, we're only talking about writing stories for fun, writing stories per se, but we can actually use the same ideas for those who are teaching in higher education, especially those who are using case study kind of approach, problem based, all these things. We can use the scenario based learning approach and story interactive story approach using the same concept and using the same tool. And recently I shared one video how you want to make your multiple choice questions, convert that into scenario based learning. What are the tools that we can use? Because if you want to convert MCQ to higher order thinking type scenario based questions, and we use MCQ not only for exam but for formative assessment. We use MCQ as assessment for assessment as learning. So we need to use certain tool. And the tool here that we want to share with you is Inkle Writer. Of course, there are many tools out there. Some actually are suitable only for those who can do coding or who like to do some programming. So that's why we choose a tool that anyone can use without having to learn coding, without even have to learn HTML. So I have been doing this, been exploring this for some time, and I discovered Inkle Writer. That's why we are sharing you Inkle Writer, and this is one example of product that I created from Inkle Writer, the same tool that we can use to create interactive story. Okay, and this is before that I want to share with you one example of interactive story created or provided by Inkle Writer. So this is how it looks like, the adventure of the mass grave ritual by the author. Okay, then part 1, a cold night in London. Click. Okay, then we read the story. Those who have followed my chronicles of the time and so on, then so the reader will read here. Then to continue the story, they have to make a decision. They have to make a choice. If they take the first choice, the story will go to one path. If they take the second choice, the story will go to another path. So let's say I take this one. Okay, so the story continues. We had been sitting up the last few hours, blah, 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 until here. Then here again, the reader has now think and choose to continue the story, whether he or she want to choose this one or this one. Let's say this one. Then the story will go to, will evolve, continue, but in this path, yeah, and carry on. And now another 2 options here. So the story will continue to expand and to evolve, but which way the story goes, path A, path B, path C, would depend on the choice by the reader. So can be very, very interesting because this will make the story very exciting, because the reader has to be always on thinking about, okay, which way I want the story take me. Yeah. So this is what interactive story is about. Interactive story, basically, the reader is one of the participants, or the reader play a role. The reader actively and immersively engage with the content. The reader will really read the story very carefully, because they have to decide what will be the next option they have to take. And there will be multiple end. There will be multiple end. And all the while, the reader will be engaged with the story, with the content, and all the while, they have to put their thinking hat, because they have to keep thinking about the story, and they have to keep thinking about where they want the story to take them. Yeah. So that's basically the essence and the gist of interactive story. Now, so what is the potential of this? There's a lot of potential. One is, if you would like to read story, then the one tool that you can use now. But interactive story is not a linear story. Well, some of you might say, nak tulis linear story pun susah. What's more to write interactive story? Well, this is a skill that we can learn. If I will always believe that if you have a growth mindset, you want to learn new thing, new skill. This is what basically make our life exciting. At least my life exciting, because I keep discovering new things every day, and really every time when I discover new thing, then I'm so excited to explore and to go and to dive deeper and deeper. Really, really very exciting. But what makes me very exciting now is I want to have people to start writing interactive story for children. At least start with children, because we need to nurture our children to love reading from kindergarten, from small, even from a baby. And not only reading, just read, but we want them to think, to develop that critical thinking, and to get them really immersed, really engrossed with the story. So therefore, we need to design the story in such a way to make it very interactive, and to put elements of elements of suspense, elements of guessing. All this we need to learn. And yes, learning also how to write. Even I have bought a book a few days ago, how to write interactive stories. So I hope I can read the books, and together with people of like-minded who share the same passion, the same interest, like Dr. Nurliyana, Dr. Nas, and others. We want to get these people together. So please join us. Please join us, and we have a conversation, and let's see how this thing can grow and grow bigger, I hope. Okay? Because you cannot find many good interactive books for children, especially for in the Malaysian context, whether it's in English or in Bahasa, especially in Bahasa. Okay? So it's a really great opportunity. I would say the gold mine that we can explore, and we can go and mine the gold there. Yeah. Now, the second part, because I hope we can finish by 4:30. I don't want to extend and take your time too much here. For higher education, how do we use this interactive story in the different application? This is what I want to share with you: scenario-based learning. If you want to design learning activities that would engage our students at the highest cognitive level, then scenario-based learning would be one of the options that we want to have to try. Okay, so let me show you one example of scenario-based learning, and I will show you how we can use Inkle Writer to design it. Okay, so I'll show you one example, simple one first. This one, okay? The art of negotiation. Can you talk your way into higher pay? I will copy the link now and I will put in the chat box so that you can view on your computer. Okay. Example. What do I have here? Oh no. Example of SBL. Scenario-based learning, Okay, that's the link. Dr. Liana, can you paste the link also on YouTube? Yeah, can you help me? That link in the YouTube. Okay, all right. My dear colleagues, this is one example of scenario-based learning designed using one application called Articulate Rise. Articulate, I will type Articulate Rise. Articulate Rise is part of Articulate package. It's not cheap. It's expensive, 3,000 ringgit. Okay, but USM is lucky because we have some license, but it's not for everyone. Only for those who want to do MOOC or who want to do micro credential, we can give them license. Itu kena buat surat aku janji. No product, no license. Okay. All right. So let me demonstrate to you, give you some idea how this scenario-based learning works and how I can design the same thing here using a free tool, Inkle Writer. Okay, this is an art of negotiation. Can you talk your way into higher pay? Okay, here is the scenario. Scenario-based learning starts with giving the scenario. Okay, you have just graduated with an art history major and you are looking to live life in Michigan to pursue your dream of living in New York City. You have interviewed with several art galleries in Lower Manhattan and you are expecting an offer to come in any day now. When that happens, how can you make sure you are getting the starting salary you deserve? Use this exercise to give yourself some practice in the art of negotiation. If I'm teaching a course, let's say in marketing or in management or in graduate school of business, or I teach a course on conflict resolution. If you are teaching a course in undang-undang, legal program. Oh, banyaklah contoh. Yeah, I cannot think of offhand. So, okay, let me start. I have so many things to say. Okay, let's start the course anyway. Okay, let's start the course. All right. Okay, the scenario was given just now. So the offer, ring, you've got a job. So this is in the form of. So this is in form of conversation. So I don't know whether you can hear the conversation or not. Seems like not very smooth, but basically this is a video and a conversation to give you the scenario. In this scenario, the person get a phone call from the HR manager offering a job. So there's a conversation here. So the instruction is, please listen to the job offer before moving on. So in this case, I have to listen till the end before I can move on. So we can design it to control and to get the students to finish the exercise or the activity here before I can move on. Okay, continue. Now, based on this conversation, based on the offer from the HR just now, I, as a job applicant, someone who is being offered a job, I have to make a decision. So I have to use my whatever knowledge that I have learned in HR, in this case, this human resource kind of course. I have to learn what are the principles here. What are the things that I have learned in my class, in my few classes before. So now is the time for me to apply my, to engage in my critical thinking and to apply whatever knowledge that I have learned. So this is a higher level of Bloom taxonomy. So now, if I choose this one, it will take me to a different path. It may be positive, it may be negative. If I pick this one, it may be different. So let me try this one first. Okay, then submit. Yes, in this case, I got it right. Okay, I got it right. So continue. Okay. Okay, following up, 3 days later, I've done some research, learned that the salary Jane's offering isn't very competitive for the New York City area. It's time to give Jane a call. So now I got the offer, but maybe the salary is not to my expectation. So now I want to negotiate with the HR manager. What will you do to make her aware of this and to kickstart negotiation? Two options here. I'll be direct and tell her I need more money, or I'll start by asking if the salary is negotiable. So let me try this one. Ask Jane for more money. So what are you going to say? To ask for more money. Which of the following choices will get Jane to offer you money? So let me try this one now. Submit. Oh, you got it wrong. You know, you don't use the principle that you have learned in the course. You got it wrong. Why? So now is the feedback. The feedback for the learner, why the learner got it wrong. Okay, so this is the explanation. This is the explanation. So now I have the option to take again, go back and take again, or I can continue. Okay, keep going to see what's next. Continue. Okay, now I have to listen to this. Listen to Jane's response. So Jane respond to your request for more money. Listen to Jane's response. So I will listen this until the end. Okay, then continue. So what's next? So now there are 3 more options. So this is where the story or the scenario can go into different branches. Okay, and each branch will take the learner to a different end. And all the way, the students or the learner will learn more and will go deeper and deeper into that particular topic. This is where, if you talk about engaging students with content, engaging students in immersive learning, engaging students cognitively, this is one way of achieving this scenario-based learning. Let me show you another example before I show you how to create this in Inkle Writer. Yeah, okay. This one is simple. Although it's non-linear, but it's quite simple scenario. It can be more complicated. Okay. By the way, this one we use articulate rise. This one there's another application, but also expensive. If you want to really use scenario-based learning seriously, Articulate is one of the best in the market. Another one is Elucidate. Yeah, Elucidate. So here the scenario is this office scenario. People are working in the office, in the organization, and this topic is about discrimination dilemma. This is actually maybe training for the HR manager, how to deal with discrimination in workplace. Yeah. So discrimination dilemma. So this is a scenario. If a colleague told you that they had been discriminated against, would you know what to do? Put yourself in the shoes of an HR officer and learn how to take the best steps for your employees and your company as you face a discrimination dilemma. Start. Oh, let me give you the link before I forget, so that you can also later on go through. Okay, so the link to the chat, and maybe someone can help me to copy and share the link in YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so this is the scenario. Let me start. Okay, Omar. Omar is a newly promoted project manager in your company. He happily accepted his role and was informed by his manager Sue that he would need to attend a weekly management meeting at 12 p.m. on Friday afternoons. This clashes with Friday prayer at Omar's mosque, which is very important to him. There has never been a problem before with him taking a longer lunch break that day and making up the time that he has missed throughout the week. Omar has reported a case of discrimination to the HR department due to him no longer being permitted to attend the mosque for Friday prayer. So that is a scenario. There's information given. There's a name of the character there, and the scenario is set up for us, for the learner. It's very clear who are the players here. So now, read this scenario. So let's start with the investigation. Start investigation. So now, difficult decision. This is where scenario-based learning is the strength of scenario-based learning, because at many points, the learner has to make a decision. To make a decision, this is where we teach our students to make an informed decision. Informed decision means the decision they make or they will make is based on experience, wisdom, their knowledge, what they have learned. So in the case of students doing this as part of assessment of the topic, they need now to apply, evaluate the data, the information, apply, evaluate, apply in the context, all these things, the higher level in Bloom taxonomy. Okay, so decision cases of discrimination are often nuanced, and you need to take each person's position and various factors. As you investigate Omar's case, you will be asked to consider. So now there are three scenarios here. So each one of these will lead to another scenario. Let's take this one. Feelings. Okay, so feelings, there's some explanation there, description about feelings, then close, then move on to investigate further. Okay, and here I need to go to 3 more levels. I need to learn the law first, the HR manager, before he make she in this case, Sue, before she make a decision, she has to check what's the law about discrimination. She has to listen from Omar to get a perspective from Omar. She has to hear from Sue. She has to hear from Oli. So let's say learn the law. What will happen here? So there's some information there. So I have to read, okay, and back menu. Then I go on and interview Omar. So this is the stage where before I go and make a decision, I will gather some information here. So I listen to Omar, okay, the interview, okay. Then after that, there's some question here, then submit and return, then carry on. I don't have time to go through the whole thing here because it's actually a more complex scenario here. But can you imagine if you are teaching one topic in the class and you want to do assessment of learning? That's why scenario-based learning, it can be used as one form of assessment. Assessment as learning. Assessment of learning, assessment for learning, assessment as learning. To me, I would rather or prefer to use assessment as learning, and scenario-based learning is one of it, one types of assessment as learning. Okay, so I leave it to you. The link is given. Explore, but how do we create this? Using the tool that we can use free. So we can use Inker Writer here. So I take one example from Articulate, the scenario that they create. Why does customer service matter? Let me show you if I can find the link, the original story. Alah, lupa pula. Where is it? Sekejap lupa nak get ready the No. Okay, never mind. I take this scenario from Articulate, and then I use Inker Writer to design. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Why does customer service matter? Okay, this is an introduction or the scenario, to the introduction to the scenario. So okay, so far you have learned 4 essential customer service skills. So we assume that the students have learned in the previous lesson or previous classes the 4 essential customer service skill, and now it's time for them to apply this using scenario-based learning. Okay, shall we? Yes, let's go. I'm excited. Not ready yet. So let's see what happens if I click see I'm not ready yet. Okay, that's fine. Come back and try the scenario when you are ready. See you later. You know, the way we write, the way the language that we use is like conversational language. Yeah? So I can go back and choose the first option. Yes, let's go. I'm so excited. Okay, that's great. Now, for each of the following scenarios, use our 4 essential customer service skills to help the customer. Continue. Okay. Let's meet Nora. Nora, full of bags, shopping bags. We'll begin with Nora, a regular customer who's requesting a refund for an item that's outside our return window. What's the best way to handle the situation? So Nora says, I purchased this item. So this Nora is saying to the customer service, I purchased this item a while ago and it's not very good quality. I would like a full refund, please. I'm a student here. I take the role as a customer service. So I put my shoes in the customer service position. And now I have to learn in whatever that I have learned in my training or maybe in the course, how to deal with difficult customers. So now what should I do based on what I have learned? Okay. This customer is asking for refund, but the refund is already outside the the date allowed to get eligible to get a refund. Yeah. So there are 3 options here. Which one? So let's say we take the first one. What happens? So in this case, the first one turned out to be not the suitable one. Our answer is, unfortunately, your refund cannot be processed by our system because it's after 90-day return window. Then the customer is upset. I've never had trouble returning items here before. I want to speak to a manager. Continue. So now there's a feedback because the choice is not the best choice. So there's a feedback. And this is where the student will learn as part of the learning process through the feedback. Why this option is not the best option? You missed the mark. A little positivity goes a long way. Instead of emphasizing what you can do for your customers, use a positive personal message that focuses on what you can do. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it. Okay, now continue. So I have just now the first principle, how to deal with the customer, but I forgot about it. I didn't choose the best option. So now let's try. If I have a second chance now to try get it right with Michelle here. Michelle. Okay, let's meet Michelle. Michelle is the guy here in this case. Dia pun shopping juga ya. Okay. You've got a long line of customers at your register. Okay. I'm working as customer service dekat counter ni. So there's a long line of customer. Then Michelle, unfortunately, a customer, Michelle, is holding up the line and annoying the other shopper by trying to use an expired coupon. How should you handle this? So there's a long queue and this guy is baru nak cari coupon dia. So Michelle ni kata, excuse me miss, I've got a coupon here for 20% off. Masih cari lagi dalam dia punya wallet. I find it. Here it is. So what would you, or how would you respond? Coupon are the best. Unfortunately, this one expired. If you can wait a moment, one of my associates can find a current coupon for you. Or, this coupon is expired. Don't you have a more current one? Since you coupon are the third. Okay, let's try the second one. Sounds like not the best one, but let's see how. Oh, then this is the response of the customer. Oh, really? I didn't realize it was expired. Hold on. Let me check my email account on my phone. I know I have a coupon in here somewhere. So, is it the scenario continue? The story continue? Continue. Okay. So the feedback to the student now. You missed the mark. It's never a good idea to lose your cool with customers. When your passion is wearing thin, take a deep breath, then ask another associate to lend a hand and help keep the line moving. Continue. So this will continue and continue. I want to show you how it looks like this in the reading mode. Yeah. Let me show you how in the editing mode or in the write mode. This is how it looks like. Okay. This is how it looks like in the editing mode. In the writing mode. So I can add on another option here, for example. Yeah. And so I'm not going to show you here how to, because this one actually very easily, even without watching the tutorial. Okay. But let's also look at how it looks like in the map form. So really, macam yang Dr. Nurliyana buat tadi, before we create our scenario-based learning or our interactive story, the same concept, we must first have our storyboard. As simple as the storyboard can be as simple as a flow chart. So I prefer to use Poplet, yeah, P-O-P-P-L-E-T. Someone maybe can get the link and share in the chat box in YouTube and also in WebEx chat. Poplet, P-O-P-P-L-E-T. My students are using that as part of their exercise. So in CoWriter, when you build your story, and as your story build up, you can see the whole picture here in the form of apa kita panggil ni? Panggil apa? Content map, yeah, content map. Okay. So I have 3 sections here. So if I go to, let's say, this section, so it will expand. So these are the different options. Yeah, these are the different options. Each one of these can have another branch, can go to another path. Yeah, so it can become more and more complicated. So this section 1 here, section 2, section 3. Okay, and I can also see the whole content here. You can see on the right hand side here. So this is where the content will all the content will be listed, and we can link one option, one choice here with a piece of content from here, because it can be interlinked. This one can go here, this one can go here. That's the how we create interactive story, and this can be even become like a maze, when the story become more and more complex. Yeah, but we don't have to make a very complex story for scenario-based learning. All right, so that's basically that. We want to share just a basic concept of scenario-based learning and also interactive story. So the tool, okay, if you want to see more complicated, more complex scenario-based learning, I'll give you this link and you just watch it, and you will understand how this can be a very, very powerful way of scenario-based learning. It's a very powerful way of engaging students with the content and getting students to dive deep into the content and to really engage them cognitively. To me, the answer, or one of the answers, scenario-based learning. But to design scenario-based learning online you need a tool. The best tools I would say are Elucidate, Articulate. Articulate. Let me show you the Articulate Articulate website here. Articulate. Articulate has been around for a long time, one of the best in the industry, in the e-learning industry, and they have the tools, Articulate 360. This is actually a package of containing Storyline 360, Rise 360, and Articulate Rise is the one that I use to create content because it's so easy to learn, and we create a very beautiful products like this. Okay. To create a scenario-based learning very easy. In fact, we can also use Articulate Rise to create interactive story as well. But don't worry, you don't have to buy this a few thousand ringgit application. Start with a simple tool called Inkle Writer. I'm sure you love it. Those who really love writing interactive story or reading interactive story, or even those who are not very keen so much about interactive story, I think you should explore further, because to me this is a very powerful tool we can use for our teaching and learning using the scenario-based learning, or we can even just create interactive story and create for children interactive story for teachers can create interactive story to promote STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Well, banyak idea kita boleh buat interactive story ni untuk macam-macam untuk macam-macam. Okay, nak share few website. Ini contoh satu interactive story. Ini back to interactive story balik simple text-based. We are talking about text-based interactive story here. 6th grade detective. Okay, so this is the scenario, the story. Then boleh beli, tapi kalau tak nak beli, boleh play for free. You can also download the app. So let's play for free. Okay, the case of missing bike. Ini untuk budak-budak sekolah 6th grade Dia take the role, play a role as a detective. I remember dulu masa kecil-kecil baca buku Hadis Boy Hadis Boy. Dan macam-macam lagi. So, seronok ni cerita ni Okay, now this is the story. Kemudian, okay, now what do you think you're such good friend? Why do you think you are such good friends? So, ada banyak option kat sini. Mana satu? So, let's take this option, for example. Okay, go next. Okay, you are such a good influence on AJ. By the way, what is AJ genders? Okay, boy. Next. Okay, right. He's a bad boy. While I'm on the subject, what's your gender? Let's say girl. Okay, next. Rock on, lady. As long as I'm asking you questions, what's your name? Leila. I think we have Leila here maybe in this group. Okay. Now, pleased to meet you, Leila. As you examine the bike, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. Oh, whoa. You are still doing that. If anyone can find you, it's you. I'm glad I have you in my corner. Then what's the response? Okay. Theft is crime. It's not acceptable. Okay, next. And so on and so forth. Okay. So every choice here will lead the reader to a different path. Very exciting, Very exciting. Okay. Can this app link to Moodle? Anything that has link can be linked to Moodle. As long as we have link, we can link. Even this one maybe not. There's no app code, so I'm not sure. But definitely have the link, so you can link on to your Moodle. And the same thing here in Inkle Writer. Once you have created a story, all you need to do is click share and share the story. Okay, let me share my story here. since I don't have time to go through, this is actually the scenario-based learning. So I will share this one in the chat. And also on YouTube, maybe someone can help me to copy that link and paste on YouTube. Okay. So, okay. Right. So, if you want to get all this game, the free one, let me show you. Yeah. Here. These are all you can play online for free. If you want to learn more about interactive story, how to write one, you have to play one. Play dulu. Macam Dr. Nurliyana, dia dah memang play interactive story. Jadi, she knows what is interactive story. That's why she can come up with within half an hour. I was so impressed. Okay. Dan memang, actually I asked Dr. Nurliyana to come up with children story. Yeah. Cerita kanak-kanak. Because I think this is my first project with this interactive story. I want to get people to write cerita kanak-kanak, interactive children's story, and maybe we can have a platform. We'll create a platform, and we can have it in one place, and we can even sell the story. Yeah, but that's a different story. But I'll give you the link here. Yeah, and spend your Saturday and Sunday to go through all these stories. A lot of stories here, man. Free of charge. Play to heart content. Play to your heart content. And why not borrow one of the story, copy the dialogue on the word file, then go to go to Inkle Writer, and play with it. Play around with Inkle Writer. Start with only a short two or three level je dulu, cukup. Yeah. Yeah, Yasmin, Dr. Yasmin, your kids will love that. Not only your kids, your husband also will love it, you know. Alright. Apa lagi ya? Banyak sangat nak cakap sampai kelam kabut, jadi too much because we are so excited, you know. Because Dr. Liana and me, we are so excited to get this. Just share dulu. Walaupun kita pun masih belajar lagi, tapi tak apa. This one thing that I want to share with all of you. Yeah, don't ever wait until you think you are an expert, then only you want to share. We will never reach a level where really expert, you know. So my principle is, my philosophy is, whatever little knowledge we have, share. Yeah, whatever little knowledge we have, let's share. So this is the little knowledge that we have. So now we want to create a community. We want to invite all of you here, join this community. Where to join? So I would like to invite all of you to my Discord. You don't have to know what is Discord, you just join. But Discord is like Telegram or WhatsApp. But Telegram plus. Because it's very much like Telegram or WhatsApp, but we have a way to systematically, on the left here, can you see? Systematically structure and organize our content. So I've given you the link to or maybe I can copy once again and give the link to this particular topic on digital storytelling. Yeah, digital storytelling. Interactive storytelling. Okay. Come here, join us. It's okay if you don't say anything, if you are just lurkers, it's okay. If you just quiet, it's okay. Just watch the conversation. But if you want to chip in, you want to share, feel free. And let's see how this thing will develop. I'm thinking of a big project on this one, but let's take it slowly because we are also still learning, but I can see a lot of potential, a lot of opportunities here, a lot. a lot. Yeah. So again, once again, very excited to apa ni. So let's pick up a few questions. Oh, it's already 4:30, so let's do it in 10 minutes. About Dr. Liana, you want to pick up any question? Maybe you want to answer also.
Actually, Prof, I've been answering all the chat, inshallah,
Mhm.
but the YouTube maybe I've been sharing links, but I did not have the chance to
Yeah.
go through the chats yet. But just in case somebody would like to bring our attention to that.
Okay.
But most of the questions on WebEx are already answered. Allah.
Okay. Right. Maybe if you cannot answer all the question here, you can just join our Discord, post a question there, and we can try to answer. Or if you want to ask now directly, you can do that. You can unmute the microphone. That will be faster, and we'll try to answer. Anyone like to ask questions? Wow, Dr. Lena, this is really beyond my expectation because
I know.
I expect probably 40 to 50 people, but we have now about 100 plus here and on WebEx and 60, almost
9.
70 on YouTube. This is really very exciting.
I know.
Yeah. Anyone like to ask question? Can you can unmute the microphone? Feel free to ask because this is a community of people share like-minded people share the same interest, I guess. Tak ada? Okay, kalau tak ada tak apa. So as promised, we want to finish this around 4:30. So we are not probably able to go through this if you have questions, but don't worry, you can still connect with us on Discord and let's interact there. Dr. Liana will be there, I'll be there, and some others. Some other people here that we have like Dr. Muhammad Aizat Arif. I saw Kiman here just now in the list. Kiman is on YouTube, I think. I even saw apa ni Prof Zubir. Prof Zubir, are you still there, Prof Zubir? Ada, Zubir.
Yes, I'm here.
Prof Zubir, I'm surprised, but I'm very happy to see you here. So, what make you? Joining this. Are you interested you are interested in the scenario-based learning, or you are interested in the interactive story thing?
I have three papers this semester. So
So,
three papers online. So how to improve, how to make the student more interesting. So that's why I just follow every even from UTM last yesterday. When UTM they
exam.
organized, yeah. I
Wow.
follow so just to make the what question? Exam question online. So how to make?
Okay, good. Apa ni, for your information, untuk apa ni, information of the participant here, Zubir ni, we are about more or less the same age. We are going to retire soon. But this is an example. This is the example of, even a very very senior professor still wanting to learn new things. We are almost at the exit door already. So thank you very much, Prof. Zubir. I hope this can really give good example to our younger academics here. And I think Aizat is also there, right? Your son here. Aizat, are you there?
I'm not sure, but in
Yeah,
this room.
I saw his name. Or maybe Dr. Aizat from UITM. Anyway, yeah, still young. Yeah, I'm still young. Alright. So saya rasa setakat itu dulu. Kalau tak ada lagi soalan direct, I want to end the program here. So really maybe a bit kelang kabut here because we want to try to stuff everything in here, interactive story and scenario based learning. But okay, before I forget, I want to share the slides. The slides on scenario based learning, there are a lot of slides there, but I don't have time to go through the slides. So you have feel free to download the slides and use as you wish, as you wish. Okay, let me here. The link tak ni. Okay. Okay, that's the link for my scenario-based learning. And now I'm going to give the link for Dr. Diana's slide. You can download, and someone please copy this link to YouTube for our participants watching on YouTube. So the link will give you access to you can download the PowerPoint for my scenario-based learning and for interactive story yang Dr. Liana punya. And in Dr. Liana's PowerPoint ada banyak juga link-link lain yang boleh diakses, example dan sebagainya. Prof Aiza, I'm happy to see you here, Prof Aiza. How are you, Prof Aiza?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. Thank you, Prof. Karim.
So happy to see you here. Thank you for joining.
Alhamdulillah. No problem, my pleasure. Thank you so much. Dapat
Prof.
banyak ilmu petang ni.
Prof, dapat satu idea, Prof. Kalau Prof dapat satu platform untuk simply speaking, yang ni Prof boleh buat untuk USM, Prof buat pula apa tu? Bukan simply cakap borak-borak cerita-cerita USM.
Boleh buat dalam Discord ni, Odi.
Nanti Prof kena pinjam kat tu.
You create your own Discord, then you create lah group-group tu, macam tu. Yeah.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues, I want to end this presentation here, but my last remark before I give last remark to Dr. Liana, my plan is to create a platform for interactive stories. And on this platform, you can submit your interactive story that you create using apa tadi? Twinkle Writer. In my Twinkle, I don't know why I want to say Twinkle.
Twinkle, little star.
Yeah. So we can have we can have one platform for interactive story. And whether later on, we want to, some we can share for free, some we want to sell, that is a different matter. We can do everything in there. So this is my long-term plan. So why not, if you are interested to be part of this, drop me a line. You can also have a personal conversation with me in Discord, apart from in the group. And we can go from there. Yeah, we can go from there. So Dr. Liana, any last word from you?
Oh, I think, the excitement shows, so we'll talk more, definitely talk more. Thank you very much for joining, and this is a great opportunity, I think, in learning, to have fun, for orang besar, and assessment, especially with the new norm. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Let's join it.
Yeah.
Let's join it. Come on.
This is to me uncharted territory. Interactive story, especially untuk school, children story, interactive story, dan banyak lagi. So much potential opportunities from here. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I can see ideas. The ideas is kind of sparks and opportunities. I can see so many opportunities dangling in front of me, and of course I don't want to keep all these opportunities for me. I want to share. So now I'm giving this opportunity. Grab it, come and join us on the bandwagon. So saya ucapkan sekali lagi terima kasih kepada semua for joining us this afternoon, for spending your precious time. I hope we have given you the value for your time, and let's get together. Let's see how this thing will grow into something even bigger, right? So that saya sudahi dengan wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dan have a nice weekend everyone. Stay safe and stay happy. All right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you stay?
Yes, sure.
Terima kasih Prof. Terima kasih Dr. Nurliyana. Stay
Terima
safe.
kasih. Terima kasih.
Thanks everyone. So
Prof, kena buat how to not membawang and membangau.
Tapi Odi tak membawang lah. Odi tak membangau pun.
Tak. Membangau je.
Odi,
Bye. Assalamualaikum semua. Bye.
Odi,
Assalamualaikum.
sat. Odi. Wait. Odi,
Ya, Prof.
are you there? No, this is your
Yup.
area tau. You are language person. So you should be doing this, you know.
Ya, Prof. Memang nak suruh start dengan student. Nampak dia orang lagi cepat kan. So suruh dia orang buat dulu. And then
You boleh fikirkan macam mana nak buat projek daripada sini tau. Assignment daripada menggunakan tool yang ada. Daripada situ thank you Dr. Anissa. Dr. Anissa Lee. From there you boleh slowly get into on your own lah, you know.
Prof, memang for my course I can see satu projek untuk budak tahun 2, satu projek untuk budak tahun 3 yang kena hantar using this apa yang kita buat hari ni before the end of the semester. Part and parcel of dia orang punya kerja kursus. So because I can see how it goes. So I